Before you buy the Mazda CX-5, there's something you need to hear. The Mazda CX-5 has built a strong reputation over the years. People praise its sleek design, smooth driving feel, and premium interior. On the surface, it looks like the perfect compact SUV, modern, reliable, and practical for daily life. But here's the problem. Most buyers only focus on what they see during a test drive or in online reviews. They look at comfort, features, and brand image. Very few people stop to ask the most important question. What is it really like to own a Mazda CX-5 after several years? Because the real story of any car begins after the excitement of buying it fades. This video is not here to scare you or criticize Mazda. In fact, the CX-5 is a very capable SUV. But like every vehicle, it has realities that don't show up in advertisements or short-term reviews. If you're planning to buy a Mazda CX-5, new or used, this video is meant to help you make a smarter decision. We're going to talk about real-world fuel and daily running costs, maintenance and service expenses over time, common ownership surprises buyers don't expect, resale value and long-term value retention. Many CX-5 owners say they were happy in the first year. The car feels refined, smooth, and enjoyable to drive. But ownership isn't measured in months, it's measured in years. So before you sign that paperwork, before you commit your money, and before you fall in love with the design, watch this video till the end. Because knowing the truth before you buy can save you stress, time, and money later. Let's start with daily driving, because this is where most owners spend their time. The Mazda CX-5 is known for its smooth handling and comfortable ride. It feels more like a car than an SUV, which many buyers appreciate. In city traffic, the steering feels light, and on highways, the vehicle feels stable and confident. But when it comes to fuel economy, expectations need to be realistic. On paper, the Mazda CX-5 offers decent mileage for a compact SUV. However, real-world fuel consumption often depends heavily on driving conditions. In busy city traffic, frequent stops, short trips, and air conditioning can significantly increase fuel usage. The CX-5's engine is tuned for smooth performance rather than aggressive fuel savings. This means mileage can drop in urban driving. Highway mileage is better, but not class-leading. Heavier trims and all-wheel drive versions consume more fuel. Another factor buyers often overlook is fuel quality sensitivity. Mazda engines perform best with good quality fuel. In regions where fuel quality varies, owners may notice reduced efficiency or rough engine behavior over time. Then there's practicality. The CX-5 offers decent cabin space, but it is not the roomiest SUV in its class. Rear seat space can feel tight for taller passengers, and the cargo area, while usable, may feel limited for families who travel often. None of these issues are deal breakers on their own. But together, they shape the daily ownership experience, and they influence how satisfied you feel with the car after the honeymoon phase ends. This is the part most buyers don't research deeply enough. Mazda has a strong reputation for reliability, and the CX-5 generally holds up well over time. However, reliable does not mean cheap to own. Regular maintenance costs for the Mazda CX-5 are usually higher than basic economy cars. Service intervals are reasonable, but parts and labor can cost more due to higher quality components, limited aftermarket parts in some regions, specialized service requirements. As the CX-5 ages, owners may start facing suspension wear from daily driving, brake replacements that cost more than expected, electronic sensors needing attention, infotainment or software-related issues. These are not catastrophic problems, but they do add to long-term ownership cost. Another common surprise is service availability. Not every local workshop is familiar with Mazda systems. Many owners prefer authorized or specialist service centers, which often charge premium rates. Then there's insurance. Because the Mazda CX-5 sits in a semi-premium category, insurance costs can be higher compared to simpler SUVs. Over several years, this becomes another quiet expense that adds up. The CX-5 is dependable, but it expects owners to stay disciplined with maintenance. Skipping services or using low-quality parts can lead to bigger issues later. If you're the type of owner who maintains cars properly, the CX-5 will reward you with solid performance. But if you're looking for ultra-low maintenance ownership, this is something you should think about before buying. Now let's talk about resale value, the final chapter of ownership that many buyers ignore. The Mazda CX-5 generally holds its value better than some competitors, but it's not the strongest in resale either. Market perception plays a big role here. Some buyers see Mazda as a premium brand. Others still see it as niche. This mixed perception affects demand in the used car market. Factors that influence CX-5 resale include complete service history, vehicle condition, mileage, availability of newer models with updated features. Owners who maintain their CX-5 well usually get decent resale value. But neglected vehicles can lose value quickly, especially if buyers worry about repair costs. So, should you buy a Mazda CX-5? Here's the honest answer. If you want a smooth, comfortable driving SUV, premium interior feel, strong safety features, reliable long-term performance with proper care, then the Mazda CX-5 can be a great choice. But if your top priorities are maximum fuel savings, lowest possible maintenance cost, cheapest ownership experience, then you should pause and think before buying. The Mazda CX-5 is not a mistake, but it's also not a set it and forget it car. Before you buy, understand what you're signing up for. Because the smartest car owners aren't the ones who buy fast. They're the ones who buy informed.